Hello and welcome to Crystal Quest here on Gilding Light. I'm London Carlisle, your dungeon master for this evening, and we are very excited for part 3 of our fun campaign. We've been having a ton of fun here, me and these wonderful players, my friends, and we're here to do it again. We'll see what kind of trouble we can get into tonight. But without further ado, just want to jump right in with introducing everybody, starting right here. I love this directional pointing, guessing what's here.
Hi, it's me. My name is Alejandro Te. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Cookie, who is a gripply druid frogman grimy wizard person. Not actually a wizard, but might think he is. And I also am an actor, a director, and the artistic director of Tabletail Games, where you can hire me and friends to run games for you. 5e, any RPG. Yeah, find us at tabletailgames.com, and then I'll throw it over to Addie.
Me? I was muted. Hello, everyone. I'm Addie Gia. You can find me all over the internet as Addie Gia, including Twitter, Instagram, maybe Facebook, definitely TikTok. And I am a RPG writer, game designer, and also the co-creator of Manifest the RPG, which you can find us live streaming every Tuesday night at 8 at Waypoint Live on Twitch. I do other stuff too, but you can follow me and find out. And with that, we'll send it down to Vic. Oh no, mute. It's the same. We did the same thing.
I'm muted.
There we go.
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Vic. I make games, I write games, I draw games, I sell other people's games, and I also run games sometimes. But that's like it's high low whatever. Oh, I'm playing Raman Hull, Harangon Lancer, which means I'm a rabbit with a really pokey stick. And Sean, I'm sorry.
Hey. My name is Sean Dale. Hello, everybody. And you can find me also on the socials, on Instagram, Facebook, sometimes Twitter at ActAFool. And you can also find me on my podcast Radio Plays, where a group of fellow actors and myself get together and we do audio dramas for your listening pleasure. So we're also at Radio Plays on Instagram. Hit us up. And I'm playing Sigmus Owlish, the Artificer.
All right, we got a party, y'all. It is party time.
Hoot, hoot.
Hoot, hoot, ribbit, ribbit, and hop, hop for our Herringons out there watching today. Last time on Crystal Quest, there was a missing child in the village of Swiftwall. Our party here went on a sort of brief journey right outside of town, which led to this mysterious hollow where this floating blue crystal had several citizens entranced, including the young boy. After a fight with some sort of warped, mutated blink dogs, they were able to secure the boy as well as secure the crystal. Several of our party, they touched the crystal, all just sort of having these almost out-of-body experiences. After carefully securing it and then putting it away in a bag, they headed back out to Swiftwall via the Red Wing delivery service. Some friendly people they helped save, but now they're on their way back. I must mention that they also gained a level since we last saw them. But let's see what happens as they head on back. Now, as you sort of clip, clop into Swiftwall, you notice that the streets are very quiet. There is the odd person just sort of flitting about pretty hastily between doors, but something seems a little off. The bustling, happy town of Swiftwall seems to have been mostly shut down, but you're not exactly sure why. Your cart sort of stops right at Red Wing Delivery Services front door. You're able to unload as your driver, and they unload all of the boxes and the packages that were late, getting them off as quickly as possible, taking them inside so they can really start the actual deliveries. But as you sort of pull up here into a very quiet town, what would you like to do?
Well, I think that the first thing Krua Krua has been this entire time looking through like a little flap that he's cut in his own mended clothes that are currently around the giant crystal dragon scale we recovered from the cave, and has just been peering in and like off to the side sketching different matrices and points of power and light, and so if one were to look at his sort of vellum parchments, you would see it almost looks like a star chart of just matrices and points of power as he's like studying and mapping all of what is inside this dragon scale. So as soon as we come to a stop, and I think like my head just bonks into the dragon scale because I haven't been paying attention. I'm like, are we here yet? Wait, where did everybody go?
Yes, it seems a little bit more quiet than it was before we left.
Rama, did you do this?
Oh, like I don't think I did. Maybe weren't they already saying things about delivery guys? Do you see any of them around? Maybe I don't see anyone here necessarily, but like maybe it was my fault.
I'm just saying you're really good at jumping and you have a really cool lance. And I just,
so
I was in, no, what? No, I was just saying that you're very, very good at dealing with giant murderous trees. And were you to bounce around, I'm certain that I would be fearful.
I scared everybody away. Okay, yes. I did it. I totally did it. I'll own up to it. It was totally me.
Oh no.
100%.
Oh.
Well, bring them back. Tell them that you're fine.
Okay, I'll try. And Rama just runs off and starts knocking on the closest door.
What have I done?
Cool. Yeah, you go to knock on the closest door. After a couple of seconds, it doesn't even really take that long, but the door sort of just cracks open. You can see another eye. It's surrounded by grayish fur with a few speckles of white in there. It's another heron that pops his head open. May I help you? Your friends were just here, I think.
Why is everybody inside?
We were told to get inside by the axe guard. They made a decree that everyone just has to get inside, and if we're visited, we have to consent to a search.
Oh, I'm not going to search, but where does the axe guard tend to propagate? Where are they in town?
Oh, yeah. So you know where the Smiling Slime Tavern is?
Yeah.
Again, yeah. So if you go past that, you keep walking, and then you'll get to the barracks, the axe guard barracks. But I'm just saying, you might want to just go to your home because I'm pretty sure they'll come to you.
Do you want a cookie or something?
What kind of cookies do you got?
Let me see. London, it's totally your discretion what cookies I have. It says Resh.
Do you have any of those carrot cake cookies?
Yes, I do. My mother's recipe, actually. And then she takes it out and hands it over to them. I'll leave you alone now.
You can see his paw sort of outstretched. Oh, thank you. You know what? They are sort of searching everyone around here, and You know what? This might be the contraband they're looking for because this smells mighty good.
I'm sorry for disrupting you. I will go back to where I was. Have a good time. Good day.
And thanks for the cookie.
Of course.
The door douche closes in front of you.
It wasn't me.
Oh, no?
No.
Who was it?
The guards.
Oh, why would they do issues? Why would they say for everyone to go inside? What? Why? What?
I figured we could go ask them. Yeah. I mean,
Excellent
Ah,
pun,
that was a
Rama.
good
Excellent.
one.
Given that my lance didn't have anything to do with this.
Considering our current, what we are currently carrying, perhaps we should drop off our recent cuttings, clippings, and samples back at the tavern, Aki?
Yes, I am. So I am a little bit concerned that if I do not have it on my person, I cannot protect it. But also, they are more likely to search us if we go straight to them with it on us. So we could bury it, but we know that's bad. So I am not exactly sure what we should do. Yes.
Interrogate the local authorities.
Yes. Did you find out where they are?
Yes, I forgot to give that information.
Maybe. We should go there.
What if, hear me out, what if Sigmus and Rama, you go find out more about what the Axe Guard are up to, and Aki and I will find a safe location for our samples that are very volatile.
Because we're so intimidating.
It's because you're the best people to handle that.
Yes.
You once guarded a dragon. You know how to talk to guards.
Yes, come, my furry friend. Rama,
Yes.
This should be a fun adventure for the two of us.
We'll be okay.
Yes. With your nimble legs and my big wings, we can cover all terrain, earth and sky and tree.
Yes,
everything.
and you can run away very fast, which I think might be helpful in certain situations as well.
I'm now picturing the like incredible two-person combo of like Sigmus wings out, Rama bouncing and just like leaping and hovering down. It's great.
It's like the chickens in Zelda.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're just holding on to the cuckoos.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and then Crow, we could maybe head to the tavern and we could all meet together in my rooms up there when you are finished. And also maybe perhaps on the way we could drop Mon off, as he's just right here.
Yeah, he's there. He's just kind of looking back and forth at the conversation.
Mon, do you know how to get back to school? Do you know where the daycare is? Well, it's good enough for me, and I'm gonna try to just scoop the kid off of the cart. There you go. Off you run, Mon. Off you run. Be safe.
Well, we
Don't
promised a
touch
payment.
any weird things in the future.
But there was potentially a payment for returning him. So yeah.
Mon, you're coming with us. We're going to personally deliver you to the daycare.
Okay.
All right.
Ready? Go team.
A team.
Yes.
All right. So what's first? Are we taking Mon to the daycare first? Or are we doing our split missions first? What would you like to do?
Maybe we should ensure that the child gets home safe, to his school safe, and then we can split from there.
Easy.
Yes, many provide more protection.
Okay.
Mistress Velna! Mistress Velna!
Mistress Velna can sort of hear you coming as you are shouting her name, and you see a blind in the window sort of just like open. You can see her looking out. She looks, closes it very slowly before you see the door open. Very quickly, come inside. I don't know if the Axe Guard are around, but you need to come inside very quickly.
Very well. Here's your missing student, all safe and sound.
Her arms extend as she hugs the boy, sort of, hugs him with a lift, lifts him over inside and, kind of helps him run off inside. She talks to the other kids, please get Mon some water. He needs some water and some food.
Oh, right. I knew I was forgetting something.
Yes. Well, again, thank you. And I'll make sure you're compensated for this. I know you were very generous last time, but you do deserve some gold for what you did for bringing him back safely.
So what is going on we have been gone and then we have returned and things have sort of a tenor of change.
Yes. Well, not long after you left, the Axe Guard they announced that they had permission to search everyone, that they're looking for something.
But they didn't say what they were looking for?
No.
Permission from whom?
That seems quite inefficient. I'm just, if you wanted to find something, you might as well announce what it is you're looking for, then we could all help you look.
Exactly, but they came in here scaring all the kids, the big birds running around. They're already kind of scary to some of the smaller children, but it honestly was pretty startling. All the kids are okay, and they didn't find anything here, but they put their muddy boots all over my clean floors.
Absolutely horrible, ridiculous. And as I'm doing that, I'm like stomping mad and just like slapping mud from my webbed foot on the floor. Terrible, terrible.
So, but they have already searched here.
Yes, they have. Whew. Yes, and
that is a relief. If it would help, we would be happy to stay here and help the children with more stories, perhaps.
Yes.
While or something, if that
absolutely.
Is a comfort.
In a completely unrelated series of questions, do you have like a utility closet or somewhere where you keep school supplies or anything like that? Somewhere ideally that you can sort of lock up and.
We do. Yeah, we do have a closet over this way. Yeah, it's just for supplies. Sort of art
excellent.
supplies.
I have, Aki and I have some alchemical supplies that we need to store momentarily.
Alchemical supplies.
Mm-hmm. Nothing that explosive.
Do you have something that they are looking for? Are they after
No.
you?
What? No.
No, not at all. But we are not sure what they are looking for. But the things that we have are like cuttings and whatnot from our journeys out in the forest. So we just want to, we don't want to get caught in a line of questioning that is not beneficial for their search, but it's a lot of answers and questions and whatnot.
Yes, well, that's the least I can do after you bring in, little Mon back.
He is a darling boy, darling.
Yes, but if he doesn't have his snacks, he can be a little devil, a little fiend.
As a turn of phrase, yes. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so would you mind if we used your school supply closet to store some of these things? We will store them up high so they cannot be reached by the children.
Please do. It's just right over here. She gestures,
wonderful.
Probably like 15 feet away.
Crow, you are a very good jumper. Would you mind helping me? Okay. So we go into the closet. I don't know if this is a really good idea, but I was going to go. I don't have a better one unless we like breaks the floorboards and I mend it.
Oh, that's an excellent. I mean, if they've already searched here, it's just less likely they would come back. I think
Right.
absolutely breaking and mending seems fine.
It makes it not very easy to actually. Can you shape stone?
Oh no, but wouldn't that be helpful?
That would be extremely helpful. We'll have to look into that.
I'll take some notes on the theories and possibilities, and perhaps in a little while I'll.
We
figure it
cannot
out.
lose the thread of this conversation, though.
Yes, of course.
How do we break the floor?
This will.
What I was possibly going to suggest is the item already has certain anti-gravity capabilities, and hardly anyone ever looks up. Perhaps we move a ceiling
People do
tile,
not look up. This
and
is very
people don't
true.
look up. So we could slip it in a ceiling tile, put it right back, no one is the wiser.
Yes. All right.
Excellent.
This seems like nothing could go wrong.
Nothing at all. Boing, boing. What can we roll for abscond with item? No. Obscure. Find a thing somewhere.
I was like, what's abscond? Obscure. Okay. Yes. Let's do sleight of hand.
Okay.
Concealing an object. Yeah.
May I give the help action, I suppose?
Yes, you two are working together. You have an advantage on this roll.
That's a 16.
That is not bad.
Not bad, yeah. So this place there's already a lot of things in this closet. It's easy enough to sort of, abscond something away, if I'm using that term correctly. Yes. So it's still wrapped in your clothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that goes away, sort of just it's there and it is hidden out of view. There might be the smallest, just like the smallest glow where there's like maybe a seam untucked, but it's be able to be quickly, put it back away and then completely obscured. Great. Fantastic. So yes.
I take some like little vials and I put them on a shelf. They don't have anything in them.
I will take some vials and put them on the shelf. They definitely have things in them that should not be touched or eaten by kids.
Cygnus and Rama, are you doing anything right now as your friends have sort of gone away and they're obscuring this?
I think that I'd be a little concerned about, like, if I saw it, I would be part of the, like, if questioned, I might give away too much information. So like Rama, just at any time she gets the idea it's within her eye line, she kind of puts one ear down and looks away.
Yeah, and Cygnus is talking to the teacher. He's asking, how can I be more entertaining to the kids and be more interesting to the kids next time I come to tell the story? He's very concerned about making sure these children have a well-rounded education, and I could tell that what I was telling them was not of interest to them.
Oh,
so what can I do to better myself?
Cygnus, sweetie, there are just some jobs that are more popular with the kids than others. Alchemy, it's great. The armor lifestyle, I just think they're a little too young for that right now. They just can't really wrap their heads around the cogs and the gears.
I know it is a very complicated subject, but I assure you that the most curious of children can learn these things easy. If you teach them when they're young, they will retain more information when they grow.
That's true. And just so you know, it's not too late to multi-class if you wanted to. Add in another job in there.
I'll consider that. I guess. Wow. And he just goes and he sits down like in one of the children's desks. He's just thinking, wow, another, wow.
Yo, we got a wild magic surge. Thank you for the bits.
What
do we
does
use
that
that?
mean?
Do we use that now in the daycare? Or can we save that for when we need it? Is the question. Okay, all right, just whenever.
What if we saved it for a moment where you wanted to cause some chaos?
Ooh, yes.
Okay.
Are you giving him ideas, Addie?
Because it makes it more interesting. I'm up to the challenge. Are you not?
Let's do it.
If y'all are cool with it. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. We'll save it. But thank you for that. We'll track that, and then we'll break this out at a certain time within the story. Cool. Awesome. Krua and Aki, they have obscured this away. Sigmus has just gotten this sort of lecture from Mistress Velna, probably unwarranted, but yeah. And Rama saw nothing at all. All right. Now that this has happened, Mistress Velna, she sort of reaches into her purse and pulls out 10 gold for each of you. Please, I hope this can help. She doles out the gold to each of you.
And I also have a donation that I would like to make to your school in the quantity of 10 gold.
Well, are you sure?
I would like you to use that gold towards teaching your students about druidcraft and about the wonders of nature. Maybe you can start a fund for like a community garden or something in the back. Because what we found is, Blink Dog tracks and all of the track, it's really gotten the soil riled up and it's just ripe for some planting right now. So.
Ooh, now that's a good idea. Well, thank you.
Something educational,
Sounds good. As soon as all this mess is blown over, I'll be sure to get started on that. And she just looks out of the window, just sort of surveying before closing the blinds. Okay, well, do you need anything else from me?
Do you mind if we just head out the back instead of onto the main thoroughfare as we head home?
Please do.
All right. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that we could help.
Thank you. Thank you again. I can't thank you enough. These kids mean so much to me. And I just wish more people cared about their education. Obviously, you all do, but it seems that we're the minority here. Anyway, I'll see you all soon.
Yes, and I'll consider that advice. Thank you.
That advice.
What did she tell you, Sigmus?
Well, she gave me some advice on how I could be more engaging with the students, and she told me that I might consider a career change of sorts.
She told you to quit your job?
No.
Because the kids didn't like it?
What you do is integral.
Yes, and she said it was complicated, and I have some things to think about, my friends.
Professor,
Forgive me.
This is something that low-level educators don't understand high-level education sometimes. So I don't think you should take that advice with the entirety of what she said.
You don't know. She may have had a really bad experience with an ex who was an armorer. Exactly. You just don't know what's going on in someone's personal life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, more things to think about, my friends. My head is full.
But you should consider the fact that, like, if you're worrying about what a bunch of 8-year-olds think about your job, maybe counseling. Perhaps.
Oh, another thing to think about.
No, prioritize that.
Oh,
I'm a good listener.
Okay.
But I don't trust myself.
Well,
to help.
Well, first, where to start? I will start with counseling, and then maybe from there
Our counsel.
Figure out.
Yes. I'll counsel you.
Counsel me, and maybe we'll talk about a career change in the ranks. We'll see. But that's what she told me. So I'll be in my thoughts for a little while. Forgive me, friends.
Perfectly fine.
Did you counsel, perchance, Rama? Did you counsel your former charge, your former dragon that you were guarding?
Maybe.
Really, I'm just so curious. I would love to know what you talked about and what you listened to. I mean, what are the idle thoughts of an aging dragon?
I'm really bored and I'm sitting here and I got nothing else to do. It's not the most exciting, honestly. The last 20 years of it was a little daft, to be honest, a little sad sometimes.
Oh,
Sorry. Before that it was fun.
Well, it will join my notes. I'm definitely going to write that down, but that's upsetting.
None of anything that has just been said is incredibly a downer, but we should probably hurry up. Yeah, no. It is very interesting.
Oh, before I forget, Tlatawani, keep an eye on that special item that we are trying to keep away from the kids. And I'll leave my familiar to just like hang out silently inside the supply closet, and with the only instruction being to like come find me if anyone goes poking around looking for it.
Okay, yeah, and he sort of just weaves in and out of the tables, heading back there towards the closet.
Little hand.
Cool. All right. Yes. All right. Anything else here before we head out the back door?
Maybe
I
I'll
think so. Oh, okay, cool.
I was thinking maybe if there are any books that these kids are reading, maybe I'll just like take one and see if I can educate myself on what the kids are learning these days.
Okay, yeah. So you're just picking up like a random book off of the
student who I gave that little magical object to. I'm like, oh, she doesn't need this. Then I'll just take the book.
Yeah, so as you pick up the book, on the front of it, it just says "Mime for Beginners."
Wow. Okay. I can't wait to digest this book.
I love
Rama, did you say you knew where the Axe Guard barracks were?
Yes. And it's this way. And Rama starts to makes a full turn and tries their best to go in the correct direction of what they were told.
Yeah.
Hoping that is the correct direction.
It's just past the tavern, but as we've all kind of stepped out here, may I have perception checks from everyone?
Of course.
11.
17.
19.
Okay. And what'd you get,
11.
Sigmas? 11. Okay, yeah. Krua and Aki, they see this. You just spot a handful of, people you don't really recognize. They look like Gripply walking around sort of in pairs. They have these elaborate blue headdresses on, and they're just kind of just going about, just dotting the place. Just catch glimpses as they're just walking around. But you've definitely never seen these people around here before. The headdresses are just kind of sticking out, but this is what you notice walking around.
And I don't know. I don't have any further context for what those headdresses might signify or who these individuals might be. Like, is there a visiting delegation from somewhere or something that I might be aware of?
You could give me a history roll, perhaps.
Can I also get in on that history roll to see if I recognize them too?
Yes, you can too. The DC will be higher for you, but yeah, you definitely can.
Okay.
I'm more interested in the wider world and not really the politics going on in civilization. That was a 4.
Yeah, this might be more political than anything. Yeah, no.
7 for
is
me.
Yeah, no, not really. You don't really know too much about these people, but they're just sort of dotting the town. They're pretty much all you see out and about right now. Not even really any axe guards at the moment, but you too, Aki, and Kurukura notices.
But they are walking around and not really feeling the effects of this stay inside quarantine thing.
They don't seem to be, just sort of 2 by 2, just walking around.
I am not terribly beloved by other Gripply. So perhaps if someone else wanted to ask, maybe they haven't gotten the memo. Maybe we could be helpful messengers and tell them that they ought to be inside. And maybe ask a question or two as we go.
I don't mind asking, unless anyone else opposes or feels like they could be more persuasive.
I immediately, the moment Sigmus offers, I like hop behind Sigmus and use like his bulky armor to just hide my tiny little frame.
You there? Hello there, friends. Did you know that there's a stay-at-home order on all citizens of this place?
Of course, we know there's a stay-at-home order.
And so we were just curious as to why.
Bags, please. Please, open your bags. And they hop over, boop, 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 over to you all. Please, if you have any bags, please open them. We must inspect them now.
Oh, is this absolutely necessary? We're just here,
yes.
Peaceful passers through.
It is necessary.
On whose authority?
Grandmaster Syracuse and the commander of the Axe Guard, Grosjean.
Do I know this person? Or these people?
You can religion, but you can give me a religion for the Syracuse, but Grosjean. He is the leader of the Axe Guard here in town.
Not very good. 13.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. I don't. Until I would like to speak to the captain, if you would not mind. I'm happy to submit to a search to someone who I recognize the authority of.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we will accompany you.
You may do as you wish. You are free to move about, it seems.
Yes. If you want to be searched by us, we shall make sure you'll be searched thoroughly. Pockets and bags. This way. And he points in a direction that Rama might recognize as just past the Smiling Slime Tavern and onto the Axe Guard Barracks, where there's this big pen outside. And you can see these very tall, probably like 7-foot tall birds. Some are have like sort of wider feathers, others have more yellow feathers, but they're very big bipedal birds that kind of trot around like ostriches, and they just kind of look around. They're moving about in the pen, but this is where this Gripply extends his hand. After you all.
Hi, hello. I left some of my bags back in my room, and I want to make sure that everything gets searched. Can I go get all of my bags so that they can all be searched at once? Because I don't want to have to do one search and then come back for another search, and might just get it all searched at once. Is that okay?
Persuasion.
Oh God. Okay. I mean, it's just a straight 12.
If there is a bag in this village, we will search it. No bag shall go unsearched, I assure you.
No, never.
But your pockets, if you don't empty them now, I must ask that you join your friends at the barracks where the commander will search you.
Okay, I'm gonna go get searched by the commander. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us today. Thank you. And I'm gonna like rush up to the group, and I'm gonna like try and pull them down to my level for a second, so I can talk to the three of them in a little huddle and be like, I can't be searched. Not everything that I'm carrying on my person is strictly legal. So I'm gonna need. I just need a little bit of help.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Okay.
Is they small?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna start pulling out like vials of acid and flasks of alchemist fire and soothsaying salts and just like
Yeah, I put all of that stuff in my bandolier. Right. It's the things that I wear every day. Just
okay.
The Grippleys just kind of just look at each other, then...
Do you have a question?
No questions.
All
Just
right.
waiting for you to move.
Well, I think that patience is a virtue. Just like keep putting the things in. Yeah, and then when I am ready, I count to 10, and then I go inside.
Aki Duskero, you're my hero.
You are my hero. I have no idea what I am doing.
What? No, I needed confidence.
You can do it. You are great. We are all each other's heroes.
Oh my God.
We go inside,
Yeah.
I think. Okay.
Yeah. So as you go inside, you see this graying man there, but he has this like sort of long ponytail and a squarish jaw. But he looks up at you, beckons you forward with this sharp motion. His uniform neatly pressed, his desk carefully organized. There are a few worry lines in his face, but you know, he's mostly sort of put together. He says, I recognize some of you all. You from the bar, as he points at Aki. Now, why are you here? Were you searched by these?
They were unwilling to give us context as to why there would be a search, and I do not know them. So I requested to come to see you. I know that you are very trustworthy and would not do anything out of order.
Well, yes. So these are members, if you haven't guessed, of the Cult of the Crystal Dragon. And as soon as he says that, the Gripply, Cult of the Crystal Dragon. They sort of stand at attention. He says, yeah. Grandmaster Syracuse is their leader. He leads their group. They are very influential in this area. They came looking for something, so it seemed in our best interest that we oblige them. And listen, if you want me to take a look over all of you, I can, and then you can go about your business.
That would be lovely. I would be happy. Of course, you know my alchemical studies, so I do have some things that I am currently working on my person that are a little bit volatile. So I wouldn't want amateurs, and I look at the Gripply, to handle them. So that is also why, in addition to the no context, extremely rude disposition, that they have come into my town and asked me where I live to do something that I am not really a fan of, without being kind about it. So,
I listen. I apologize. I do trust the Grandmaster. Okay, I don't think he has any ill intent here, but I'll just take a look.
of
As
course.
he sort of strides over, just goes to each of you, just doesn't really touch you or anything, just kind of looks up and down.
Sweating bullet, just like
You aren't even wearing any
of
clothes.
frog mucus, just pouring in rivulets and sheets.
Do we
Let's have a bag.
do we all see this? Can we see him doing this? Like sweating, like Because if we do, then I'm gonna pluck off a feather and just be like, here, my friend, sort yourself out. Just give it to you to fan.
Let me do a little quick roll here just to see something. Okay. All right. So he walks over, especially to Aki, looking at the bandolier that you have. His eyes sort of narrow as he leans in. Turns to the Gripply. Yeah, they don't got it. Sorry about that all.
What don't we have?
There is some sort of magical artifact they're all searching for. But you don't have it, so no need to worry.
No need to worry at all.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Of course, yes. Listen, they'll be out of here in a couple of days if they come up with nothing. Grandmaster Syracuse, he's in his tent over in the town square. I need to talk to him. He's there, but he doesn't like being interrupted. But just wanted to let you know that is...
I think the disruption of an entire town should warrant one visit from a villager. Don't you think?
Agreed. He's put enough, he's
Thank you
imposed.
so much, Commander. Yes, Professor, would you like to lead the way?
Oh, well, sure. Before we go, what do you know what are the possible consequences for obtaining such a item? Just in case, if we could keep an eye out for it too, we could help you in your search.
His eyes move to the Gripply. Back to you. Apparently that's even above my pay grade. But they have coin to spare. They got influence to spare. So just playing along. Let's say it's a mutual sort of arrangement just for now. But if we're all clear, we'll be gone very soon.
Yes, we'll play along.
As will we. All right.
Off we go.
Finally breathing after we exit, just like, oh, that was close. Aki, thank you ever so much. And I'll just like...
Yeah, you just plucked the things off of my bandolier. Yeah, absolutely.
The very first thing I grab is like it appears to be a little vial with like a single lozenge in it, just one pill in there, and I'm like, oh, that's the most important one. Put that away, and then everything else kind of goes back. A cult of the Crystal Dragon. I've never heard of such a thing, that they have such political power. It seems unlikely that we wouldn't have heard of them, and now they are able to shut down an entire town.
Well, in working at the tavern, it is a microcosm, I think. But money will get you almost anything. And if they are able to shut down one town and take whatever they want, then I imagine we are not the first towns that they have done this to. And so they must have plenty of resources, as they have taken some from probably other towns, right?
I mean, it checks out. It seems like an invasive species, but all right.
It's only conjecture, of course. Professor Rama, any thoughts?
No, thinking about what you said. I don't have any thoughts. Nothing specific on it. I agree with you.
I wonder if they have a map of places they've like already hit up.
Perhaps we do something unorthodox and go and offer our services as they seem afraid to. No, or because we know the people of the town, perhaps they are getting a colder shoulder welcome thingy, and so we could offer our services in helping to this Syracuse.
Yes, that is a great idea. Then it'll put them off our scent.
Of course,
And
there
get
is
us
no
more
sense to
information.
have.
Of course, what am I talking
absolutely.
about? I don't know.
And then maybe
What
they
are we
already
talking
have a
about?
map, and we could,
Yes.
or Rama could
100%.
maybe investigate their resources or something by sneaking around us. You are relatively skilled at that, yes? Your movements would suggest so. Rama?
Yes. I feel like maybe I know that we should probably figure out when they're doing their rounds for when they're knocking on each door, and maybe
What if we just answered every door? That is not a good idea. It would just be very funny.
They must have some sort of like guard method or like thing that they're doing while searching the area. They must have like some sort of protocol that they go through, and like maybe if we just stake them out for a little while, we can figure out maybe what they're doing, and then maybe earn their trust through that way, like little favors individually, and then slowly but surely they think we're their best friends.
That checks out to me. I mean, I basically just hung around you all until we started working together, so that's tracks with all of my prior social encounters. Is just staying around, really.
Stay still and sweet enough, it might just work. Also tracks for me.
And I also know, I mean, your place of employment, your tavern, Aki, is also a hotbed of information passing back and forth. We can also hear more from the townsfolk here of what's been going on, and maybe we could find out more about this cult that way. Do you really think, I mean, a cult that calls itself a cult is just... I don't trust that. I mean, if you really believe in what you're doing, are you going to call yourselves a cult, right? Wouldn't you call yourselves like the Order of the Crystal Drag or something?
It does seem a bit on the nose.
Yes. The thing is that there's like a technical term that is a cult, right? Which is a subsect that is of small and sort of like adjacent beliefs to something else. So perhaps they are an offshoot, like apostates or something of otherwise there is an order, but they couldn't take that name, and they are instead a cult.
Social structures are so confusing. All right, well, let's do this.
Just
so are we going to talk to this Grandmaster Syracuse, or are we sort of like scoping out their like activities in town, or are we just standing guard like outside of the place where nothing is that we have not ported, or are we going to the tavern?
Why not all four? No.
What are the four things that I just said?
I'd want to tell the general a little bit about our plan, especially since it's his town too. So he probably doesn't want them sticking around too much either, especially since everybody's scared and indoors.
So you're talking to the general.
I think I mean, maybe I could potentially pose as a Gripply who wishes to be inducted into the secrets of the cult of the Crystal Dragon. It's honestly not even a lie. I'm very intrigued. I mean, maybe I'll just hang out. Who knows? We're making a lot of assumptions. Maybe they'll be really cool. So I'll do that. I'll go.
I have a slight concern.
What? About? I don't see any issues here.
I just like, on a scale from like 1 to 8, what would you say your like allegiance is to like new things that are exciting and like old standbys that are like usual to you.
Oh, I see exactly what you're saying. I think whatever gives me the most understanding and knowledge of the natural world in the moment.
Okay, great. Well, Kura, I didn't have time to tell you, but I found something amazing in the forest. I don't have time to tell you now. So like, when we solve this like whole thing, when you come back from being a part of the cult, I have the most amazing thing to tell you.
I'm so intrigued. Oh, now I'm going to have to wait for so long. Okay, well, you hold on to that.
I will.
Promise?
I promise I will not.
Promise.
I pinky promise I will not tell anyone the thing I intend to tell you before I tell you.
All right,
I'm going to not forget it.
Okay, then I'm going to be very, very upset if I don't find this out later, because now I'm just on the edge of my seat. I want to know something that I haven't observed directly. But of course, you are incredibly, incredibly intelligent, and I'm very excited to compare notes with you. All right, and I'll start hopping off towards Grandmaster Syracuse.
I have to find something out quickly. Okay. Professor, what is it that makes you like, are you interested in?
Well, I could definitely, go to the pub. I could always use a drink, or the tavern you said, and speak to some folks and see if I hear anything, or strike up conversation.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, I don't have a shift today, so that is a good way for me not to be at work while I am at work.
Sure.
Amazing. So then what does that leave me? Just a general guard duty, I suppose. That's fine. It's near the forest. Maybe I can find something.
Yes, I'm sure there's plenty. Maybe some more blue, paw prints or something might pop up along the way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Off I go then. I'll
Good
tell
luck.
them you said
And
hello.
also, yes, I'm not available for an extra shift.
Yes, I'll let them know.
We interrupt this programming for a very special announcement. We are live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Gilding Light. If you're watching this, in the video on demand. If you watch us live, you can take part in the amazing chat. We have a bunch of people in chat just talking and stuff. And I just got to bring out the comment of Tay. Sigmus has to drown his sorrows after getting nagged by a preschool teacher.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Okay, great. So, Sigmus, you're going to the tavern. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Cool. Rama, what's the move for you?
I am following in the. I feel like the tavern first is a good choice, but I definitely want to help in the indoctrination of making sure that we don't lose our dear froggy friend to a cult. So I feel like I need, at least one of us needs to bear witness to how that dialogue goes.
Okay. So which direction is that? Are you going?
Oh, I'll go to the. I'll go to the
after
tavern.
me.
Yes, I'm going to make sure that doesn't go poorly.
Okay, cool. And Rama?
Aki or Rama?
Oh no, Aki. Sorry.
Okay, no, that is fine. I was like, is there another thing? So I will, I guess, be notating the search sort of like patterns, and then also redirecting them at any chance I get if they are researching the school area.
Okay,
Under the
cool.
guise of helping, but generally what their rounds are and being really annoying mostly to them.
Okay, great. So we'll do an investigation check from you whenever you get a chance. Sigmus, you're able to go over to the tavern. The door swings open, and there is quiet inside. Usually, there's music filtering around in here. There is a fire in the fireplace, but nobody's really around it. The person behind the bar is the older gnomish gentleman. He looks over at you and he says, I suspect that your place was already searched.
We have been searched by the proper authorities, yes.
All right. Well, I was hoping that more people will come over for a drink after they're done, but here, over here, this way. What can I get you?
Well, I'll just have your finest local beverage, whatever that may be. I'm adventurous today.
All right. One axe beak milk coming up.
Axe beak milk. Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Here's an ale.
Oh, thank you. That was a close one. You almost got me. Now, it seems like a lot of people are a little bit afraid to leave their homes. I'm not entirely sure why after they've been searched, but most people are just kind of, hiding away.
With the people with the blue headdresses on, it's a little frightening, I guess. But you know what? I'm sure they'll leave pretty soon, and things will be back to normal.
Well, what do you know about these people, these cult people?
Well, personally, I know that they do quite a bit of traveling around from community to community sometimes, but mostly they stick to themselves out in the ruins. I don't quite know where they're based, but they do seem to be pretty popular in some circles.
What is this crystal dragon that they worship?
A story from old. Now, that's an old Olive Hall legend. Now, of course, we do have our gods, but apparently there was one before all of them. This crystal dragon. Zero, I think his name is. They're trying to do some sort of revival or something, I think, but...
A revival, you say?
From what I hear, but again, it's just conjecture.
The cult.
Yes.
They're trying to bring their god, Zero, the crystal dragon, back.
Not necessarily the god, I don't think. I think the city.
Oh.
We're gonna jump to Aki.
Yeah.
What'd you make on that investigation?
A natural 20.
Yeah, cool. So you are, you're surveying this place, right? You can see their patterns that they're making. You're knowing that they're basically moving from the west side of town to the east side of town. So some of the stuff on the west side of town are things like the tavern, things like Mistress Velna's place. So that has been done. They're now just trying to cover all of the rest of the things. On that side, that's kind of where the market square is, which is apparently where this tent has been set up. So they still have to cover all the shops in town and that kind of stuff. But you would know that to really cover everything in the town at the pace they're going, with the number of people that they have, with their routes they're taking, it might take probably about 3 more days specifically to sweep the whole town. So they'll be here for at least 3 more days, if they don't find anything. But Mistress Velna's, where you have stashed this thing, is done. They have moved away from there, and you don't see anybody snaking their way back.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Perfect. So are they releasing, you are allowed to go out if you have already been searched, or is it sort of like everyone should stay inside?
Yeah, so there are a couple people just walking about, sort of leaving their homes, but they're just unsure. They're just kind of just weirded out, you know what I mean? So it's just like a hesitation that'll gradually lead to people leaving, and you notice that.
Yeah, so however long that takes me, after that I will go and meet up with everyone else to share my findings.
Indeed. Sigmus is at the tavern, but Krua and Rama, they are heading somewhere else. They are sort of following the path of the rest of the members of this group to the square where there is this tent that has been set up. You can see it's like tall and it's like a sort of like a deep forest green color. There are sort of like tassels in gold that sort of line the tops of the tent and go all the way around it. You see this there, as well as the market stands around, which are all pretty much closed. But you do see that tent there, and you do see a couple of Gripply sort of standing at the front entrance of the tent. Just at attention. What do you all do?
Okay, Rama, there is a not insignificant probability that this will go horribly wrong.
That's fine.
And I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that you're here. I just want you to know that I have the utmost faith in you. And when I was looking into our balloon earlier, I saw something that might help you feel a little more confident or a little more at ease. And I will look into Rama's eyes, and my eyes will like reflect the crystal matrix of the crystal, and I'll cast guidance on Rama. So just in case things go terribly wrong. And then I will like hop over and I will speak to my people in the language of my people.
Okay. Great. So the people outside, they see you coming. They just kind of they look to each other first, then back at you. Yes.
Hello. My name is Cookie. I was very pleased to learn that you all have come finally to Swiftwall. I did not truly know the full extent of the reach of our people, but I am thrilled to learn that you're here now, and I wish to speak with Grandmaster Syracuse because I have vital information regarding your search.
Our search. Information, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, he's very busy. He doesn't really take appointments, and
Okay, well then he just won't know what I have to tell him, but hopefully at some point he'll want to know about the things that you're looking for. All right.
No.
Oh.
No. You have concrete information about.
Oh, absolutely. But if Grandmaster Syracuse is too busy to see me right now, it's okay. I'm sure that the Grandmaster will not at all be upset that you know.
No. He peeks his head into the tent. The Grandmaster will see you now.
Thank you. Ever so kind.
He opens the tent and beckons you in. But you step into this massive tent. The green canvas stretches over your head, and it goes all the way down to the stonework of sort of the town square there. Inside, it's warm. And what you can see as you step inside, there's a bunch of people, more Gripply. They're all wearing the blue headdresses that you saw from the people outside, from people on the street. They all have this. You count 6, I would say. They're just watching everything with very careful eyes. But the 7th figure in this room is a tall frog standing over a map that's spread across a table at the center of the tent. He looks up at you as you enter, and you can see these sort of deep sunken eyes that look at you. There's also a small very small but very carefully maintained beard on this frog there. The attention of everyone in the tent snaps to you as he stands and gestures you forward with a small contemplative movement.
Grandmaster Syracuse, it is an honor to be in your presence. I humbly introduce myself as Kroak Kroak Koki. I am a local researcher into flora and fauna surrounding Swiftwall, and I have a question of the utmost importance for which our entire purpose and search hinges. What products are you using on the, because I can't grow anything at all. I barely get little sort of moss fuzz, and you just have like a wonderful sort of beard going there, and I'm just wondering, is that a tonic you're using, or some kind of alchemy or spell, or do you just grow that naturally?
I was told you had information.
Oh, yes, the information. Yes. Well, as I said, am a researcher into flora and fauna, and I spend a lot of time in the surrounding areas. And I recently, and I'll like use that as an excuse to like check out the map and sort of get a general sense of like, where have they searched? What have they been up to? Like, what is the scope of this so far?
Yeah, just with a glance, no role required, you would see that there are sort of like X's that are all over like the west side of town. You know what I mean? Just looking at it, you would even see like maybe where Mistress Velna's place would be, and there is an X across it. This looks like they're sort of just like checking off a list. They've drawn like a map of Swiftwall. You could even see some axe beaks that have been drawn on there, sort of like running around. But most of the western side of town has been checked off.
So there's no information about like other places they've been or other scales they might have found?
No, you don't see anything like that. It's just a big map of specifically Swiftwall.
I'll go there and I'll be like,
well, you're looking entirely in the wrong place. What told you to go looking in town?
You have been here more than a couple of days, correct?
Oh, yes. But it was only recently that I found evidence of the stream.
Well, we caught wind of dogs, warped dogs, that were acting very strangely. Now, this was mysterious, so we knew there must be some influence of a certain item around here that we had to come and find. Now, I don't see any dogs, and I don't see this item as of yet, but if this is around, we will find it.
Now, it is around, and I have seen the dogs. I found a stream that they were all drinking from, and my theory is that they were being corrupted by the energies from the stream. Are you not worried about how these dogs have been corrupted by this energy signature that you're searching for?
We can stop the dogs from being corrupted. We just need that source. The source. Where's the source?
I would love to pool our resources, pool our information. Perhaps I share with you where I found these dogs, and you can share with me how to prevent further corruption.
I don't just dole out these things to the common person.
Well, yeah. I am no common person, Grandmaster. I will have you know that I am, I am a researcher and a very, very talented magician. A very important person who you would want to have in your camp helping you with this ongoing search.
Well, how do I know that you did indeed see something of interest to me? If the dogs aren't here, are you going to lead me to them? Are you going to lead my people to them?
perhaps I can just introduce you to them right now.
Right
And
now.
I will hold my hand up. I close my eyes, and I'm going to summon the blink dog right there on the table in the middle of the entire group.
So the dog appears. It looks right at you.
Hello. Oh, it's so good to see you again. Hello. Yes. Hi. I need a little bit of help. All right. This is Grandmaster Syracuse, and he wants to know a little bit more about the water that you were drinking from and where it was. Do you see this map? Can you sort of paw on the map a little bit where you drank that water from? And I don't know if this is possible. I truly don't, but I want to see if I can I use the summon Fae to oh, it needs verbal commands. Okay. I'm going to be speaking in Sylvan. Do I get the sense that the group is understanding me? Like from glancing around, is anyone showing like glimmers of recognition, like they understand my words?
These people, not really. They're all kind of, as soon as you started talking to the Fae, they're just kind of like looking around.
Great. Then I'm gonna talk to the dog and I'm gonna be like,
Buddy, I have so many treats for you if you can help me out here. So there's a stream that runs nearby, but not really in the cave that I found you in. Can you help me just like paw at that for a bit? We're gonna throw them off the scent just a little bit. And then so many treats, so many treats. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy.
And then
in common, I'll be like,
Okay, I have primed the creature now. It is under my direct mental control, and I will commend it. Where did you find that powerful energy that you drank from?
so you see the dog kind of go over to the map very slowly, sniffing the ground at first before sniffing the table. And his nose makes his way to the top of the table. You see him sort of move around the table. Even some of the grippies sort of step out of the way as this dog sort of he pushes them out of the way. It's taller than some of them. But then he goes and sniffs the bottom of the map on the southern side. Points, his ears sort of stand up on end, and he holds it there, south of town. And I must mention, you all went north of town at the beginning.
Well, there you are, Grandmaster. The very creatures that you were sent to find are the creatures that I found and have bound to my will. With me at your side, we can find... I believe you're looking for a scale, are you not?
Why, yes.
I, too, have searched long and hard for the crystal dragon's scales. With us combined, with our forces united, we can encounter Zero once again.
Everyone, we leave at once. Pack up the tent. End your search. We are going south. Thank you for your help. Please don't follow us.
You do not wish to have me
Grandmaster
join your
Syracuse
party?
just like almost like shoulder checks you as he like walks out of the place.
I wish to be inducted into your cult. I mean, are you really calling it a cult?
The order was taken. As he
I
turns
understand. It's hard when you need to post a copyright for the things. No, but wait. Honestly, and I'll like pop after him. I'll be like,
Yeah.
no, I want to join. I mean, you must need, if you haven't had anyone utilizing magics to guide you to your goals, then you need me.
I'm offering my services for merely a scant, just keep me in the resources that I would need to be able to aid you.
Give me a persuasion, please.
Okay. Well, it's 16 on the die, which means it's a 16.
Okay, yeah. He snaps his fingers. There's a piece of parchment that is delivered to him. He snaps his other finger. There is a quill that is delivered to him. And takes this, scribbles something. Extends his paper to you. There is an old manor house in the ruins right near here, about several miles that way, as he points. You can't miss it. But if you use this, perhaps we can talk. And as you look on the, never mind. I just want to let you know that on the paper, all it says on the paper, it says, "We bask in his light."
Indeed we do, Grandmaster. Happy hunting.
And he nods, and it's almost like a flurry of everybody packing up, and they're getting ready to head on out of town.
Do you wish for the creature to guide you?
You are offering the creature as well?
For the next hour, sir, it can be a gesture of good faith from me to you, being conjured to aid you in your search.
You really are working on your points into joining our organization.
Well, honestly, I have a couple of friends, but I don't really have a lot of, friends like me. So it's just nice to see more Gripply around, honestly.
We shall take him.
I'll go down and I'll scritch his ears and I'll go, all right, boy, lead them on a merry, merry chase and be sure to blink around a bunch. Just have fun, run it out. Just like, you need some exercise. These folks want to play with you. Just back and forth and up and down. Have a good time. I'll see you later. Okay, we'll see you soon. Be safe.
It does, and it sort of just does a circle around you before going back to Syracuse, who says, There. Everybody, quickly. We only have an hour. Please.
If you're not able to find what you're looking for within the hour, come find me. We'll be sure to find it.
Yes. So they all sort of pack up. They keep going and going.
Have fun searching the forest.
Your friends, I believe everybody is heading back to the tavern, or is that sort of like a meeting place?
Yeah. I'll hop back past Rama, and I'm not looking at Rama, but just like over my shoulder, I'm like, all right, cheese it, let's go.
Rama like bounces the whole way there. You don't need any of my support.
Amazing. I forgot that I did, in fact, promise something interesting for Kurokura. After all of that, from my natural 20 investigation, could I find something for that, please?
Oh, like find it like an item or something?
Just anything.
Even just a piece of lore, just like a fun nature thing.
Yes.
What can I give you with this investigation?
If not, I have like a backup thing that I think would be maybe disappointing for him. So it's fine either way, but I'd like to make him happy instead of sad.
Yes, so what I can give you, I'll tell you this. I'll give you this tidbit of lore information.
Okay.
When they were going around, they have this sort of scroll. They all have scrolls that they would open up and sort of look at before looking inside and checking around. They would look at things and then consult this scroll and look at it and compare before putting it back away. That is a very specific piece of a thing that I can give you.
All right. Okay. Okay. So great. That's great. I love it. All right. Okay. Wonderful. I will join the professor back at the tavern whenever.
Oh, hello. Come sit and drink with us.
Of course. Are you are you feeling any better?
You know, after a few of these delicious ales of the city, I'm feeling much more clear-headed. I've sorted some things out, and I think I know what my path will be.
Well, I am very interested to hear. If you're interested to say.
Well, I thought that maybe I might. Well, I've been toying with the idea of maybe adopting a child.
Wow.
You know, with the whole idea of changing a career and connecting with the youth, I think that the only way to do that, and reading this book on mime, the kids, I'm so out of touch with what is happening that I think I'm gonna consider having a companion of sorts. Maybe we'll see. That I can talk to.
That is a lot. That is a very big commitment. I'm very excited for your decision.
Thank you. Yes, yeah. I'm excited as well. The more I think about it.
Are you looking for like an egg or like adopting like a foundling?
Well, I was thinking, not so much an egg, maybe something a little bit more mature.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't come completely to that conclusion yet, but something that has a little bit more mature than an egg.
Right. Like sort of like a college student, or like something in between there.
Yeah, something in between. Maybe something along like a young squire or something.
Right. Yes. Well, I have learned very much from you in my time as sort of like your student. You could, as sort of like a half gesture, like sort of like a baby step, you could just like run a community program for children to teach them about armoring. And then if you enjoy that, you can find your favorite child that has no guardians and take them.
Yes, like an apprenticeship of sorts, like run.
Yes.
Oh, this is incredible. How come I didn't talk to you about this sooner? See,
I was very busy is the thing, and we didn't connect, Professor, is the thing.
I have to think of names. I have to think of a name to call my studio, and I have to think of the curriculum that we're going to be teaching, and there's just so much more to think about.
Right. Many lists to make. Yeah.
Yes. And you will help me make them.
Of course, we should start with a list of lists to make.
Yes. Well, I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Oh, what are we drinking?
The finest ale of the city.
Oh, wow. Can I get some Axe Speak milk?
You get some what?
Some Axe Speak milk.
Wait, that's a thing?
Axe Speaks are not mammalian, I think.
Well, no, but you all serve Axe Speak milk, do you not?
It's just a joke on the menu.
Well, I don't think that it's very funny to mislead potential customers, because you see, and I like pull out like some chump change that I have on me, like, and I go, I have money that I'm ready to spend on Axbeak's milk, but now you're not getting it because of a joke that you decided to write on a chalkboard. So, all right, I'll go find somewhere else that doesn't lie to their clientele.
We do have a milk stout. How does that sound?
Oh, that's fine.
Going on over to you.
How did it go?
Oh, it went quite well. Perhaps we should get a corner booth, maybe?
Yeah.
All right, come on over.
And I'll make sure that there's like no one else around. And I'll say,
I was very nervous and I was very scared, but Rama was backing me up 100% the entire time, and so I had the confidence to walk into the lion's den. I discovered that they have some kind of manor house that is potentially a secret cult meeting place, and I may or may not have led them on a wild goose chase using our friendly blink dog from earlier. How did your investigations go?
Well, I have their search parameters, which now is sort of not anything, as they're, I suppose, leaving. But I did see, actually, they all had these scrolls that they were like checking and then looking and then checking again, and it felt like they like, it was like a, but it.
Did they look anything like this?
and I'll like pull out the scroll with the secret password on it.
No, not at all. Very different.
Here, memorize this, and I'll show them all the passcode.
They were looking at a drawing, probably, Aki.
Oh,
It's a detailed drawing of something.
Like a drawing of something. Like I couldn't really see it because they had this like uncanny ability to be looking exactly in my direction without seeing me. So it was always pointed away, but I felt like it was a drawing. Anyway, so yeah, they had like a very specific things they were looking for. Yeah.
Potentially this scale.
Yes.
And Sigmus, pick up any rumors around here?
Well, I did hear a little bit of something that they don't spend a lot. They don't really have much of a home, but they do congregate near ruins of some sort. The ruins, and I was intrigued by possibly checking out the location of these ruins to seeing if maybe we could find out more information about what they're up to. They also are trying to not resurrect, but to bring back, in a sense, the city to restore its former glory for their god Zero. And yes, that's why they need this item that they,
Well, from my understanding, Zero was a very good and positive protector of Alahal. Maybe we should end this corruption and give them the scale, or maybe they could end the corruption. They seemed very confident that they were able to end corruption. Maybe we should just hand it over. Maybe this is all to do about nothing.
Well, I would say that if they're trying to resurrect the city, we live within the ruins of the city. And if there were like larger buildings, like depending on what that means, raising the city again, it could be the destruction of the entire world that we know.
And after touching the crystal, I don't think that there's a lot of positive that can come out from this.
I think that we have anecdotal information for better and worse, is the thing.
Yes.
We must keep collecting data. I understand. Well, in that case, these are the things that we have discovered, and now we must turn to our undisputed leader. Rama, what should we do with this information that we have brought before you?
You are the expert on dragons.
I feel as though with dragons, the biggest thing that ends up happening is people have their best interest and their own interest in mind, and then put all their feelings and projections onto the dragon. And so then it doesn't end up being about the dragon anymore and just a desire to have whatever they want. So in the same way that like when Sigmus touched it and had a bad time and you had an okay time, I'm almost wondering if there's a correlation between that and them, because you can't really start a cult off nothing. We could also try seeing what happens if we, like I said, maybe befriend one of them and see how it goes with knowing, like we have the general now, like what if we have a controlled environment with the touch? I know that's dangerous, and like, but so is like fully supporting them, and so is the binary of it.
Right, you do bring up a very important point, which is if we want to keep stringing this Grandmaster along and making friends, I probably would need to actually take them to the cave at some point. But we should also keep making friends with Groshin, with the leader of the Axe. Is that who you were talking about?
Yes. Oh. Sorry, I was mostly trying to look tough during that period of time because you were doing a good job, but I was ready.
Tough.
I was ready.
I felt it. I honestly, I would have been terrified if you hadn't been backing me up there. I couldn't have made it without you.
I was scared I was going to say something dumb, so I didn't. You're doing a really good job
of saying dumb things. Oh, it's my specialty.
Oh no! Like I feel like our Aki's concern was valid, and like we just want to make sure that
Aki's
concerned?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it. Nothing.
Aki, you were concerned about
I was concerned for the welfare of the town, and if we did nothing and we did not achieve our goals.
Of course. Terrible not to achieve your goals. All right. Well, this is exciting. We have a general to befriend, a grandmaster to string along, an old manor house to whisper secret codes into.
Okay, well, so I guess this doesn't really answer the question that has been previously posed, which is, what do we do with it? If we cannot give it to them, we cannot hide it amongst the children forever, then what is it? How do we...
I have an idea. Now roll with me on this. If one of us casts reduce on it and we can reduce its size to a manageable amount, I might be able to, how would you say, infuse it with a little bit of magic and make a creature out of it, or like a homunculus servant of sorts, so that it doesn't look like the crystal itself, but it takes on the form of a creature, maybe hiding, the thing within its,
I'm a huge fan of your bold ideas. And I'm thinking, you are looking at step 18. I'm looking over here at step 1. And I believe, Aki, before we turn our crystals into homunculi to follow us around, Aki, you said that there was some kind of a corruptive force. When you were looking into the crystal, into the scale, were you able to find any clues as to how we might end that corruption? So then, of course, we can shrink it down to a manageable size and turn it into a homunculus to follow us around?
Did I?
Did we?
Did I get a mission briefing? Was there any, like, how or where this corruption was like coming from exactly when I sort of touched the scale? Was there any sort of indication as to like like I got the status of it, but like was there something that I could maybe discern as far as like how or when or where?
Yeah, there was no mission briefing to use your term there. There was no mission briefing. It was just like the status of it. No sort of deeper insight other than that.
Unfortunately, I didn't get any deeper insight. Yeah, no, but there is like there is like a corruptive force inside of it, like aspect to it. So it could not be, it is not all good, but it is not all bad. But so good parts are truly benevolent, and the corrupting parts are sort of chipping away at the good parts. And so it is sort of, I imagine that's how it sort of like, my hypothesis is that it's sort of like the corrupting force is the part that sort of leaked out into the ground and through organic matter to affect everything around it, like the dogs and the people and the professor, unfortunately, with the whole like I have this like obsessive need to take care and protect, and the only way I can do that is by possessing you. It's like an overbearing god, mother person.
It just wants
it just loves you so much.
Yes. Oh, I felt it too. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe then attempting to shrink it may not be such a bad idea regardless. Now, I have been doing some of my own studies into the crystal, and the arcane matrix is quite strong, quite powerful. I would be curious to see whether or not our magics can even affect the structure or architecture of this thing to begin with. But if we can, Sigmus, I would love to have a homunculus crystal companion. That sounds very exciting.
Yes, and it could walk around unsuspecting.
It certainly wouldn't match any diagrams that they're carrying around right now.
Correct.
So, shall we break into a preschool supply closet after hours, or?
I think so, yeah.
Now while they're gone out in the forest? Let's do it.
Sounds like an adventure to me. I can fly over there and scout out the area to see if there's anybody around.
Please.
Cool. Okay. To fly over there, you'd have to shed your armor and everything.
Shed.
Oh yeah, Rama, is there anything that you would like to add at all? Anything for you?
No, Rama actually got. I got everything. She got everything she needed out of that.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So just surveying. Surveying the area. Give me a perception. Sigma steps out of the armor and sort of flies up and away.
Oh dear me, Lord. That is a 2, natural 1, but
Okay, yeah.
Shit.
Oh no, I mean you can see things. Obviously, you got your big owl eyes there, and from this height, you can see lots of dots of blue, sort of leaving town. They're sort of gathering, and they're sort of leaving. You even now see a couple of specks of yellow and white down there that you recognize as the axe beaks. They're sort of running alongside the cult as they're sort of packing up. The green tent is going down, and there is not much activity going on around Mistress Vilnius.
Okay, and I'll fly back down and. There's not much activity around there. I don't see anybody. I think we're in the clear.
Well, let's
do this. And if we can like get up to within 100 feet of it, of the school and of the supply closet, I'll like mentally reach out to Tlatoani and tell him to just like start pulling down the balloon and just like getting it ready so that we can just like get out of there.
Cool. Yeah, so he's pretty much just like been in this like nook where it's tucked away and just guarding it, making sure nobody pops in there and gets it. But he'll go ahead and start reaching to get it down. He opens the door and sort of crawls out, has it in that backhand.
I love the idea of just like, a little dog with a hand holding a balloon, holding a gross rag balloon. Is there anything that would stop us from like sneaking this back to the Slime Tavern, I'm assuming? Is that where we're going to run this experiment? Where do y'all want to run this experiment?
Yeah, the door to Mistress Wellness is it's like wide open and there's not really many people inside. You can hear some kids, but it's not really much commotion.
We could also, I mean, I'm sure nothing terrible will happen here in this school of many actual children. I could just try and reduce it right now.
I mean, it's been checked. Nobody's
All right, let's go.
I'll cast Enlarge Reduce.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what happens there. All right. So what you see as this crystal scale, it sort of pulses with that blue energy as you target it with this attack. And indeed, it does sort of start shrinking and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. How small are you trying to make this thing?
Just enough to be inconspicuous. Like just, I don't know. It's because it's big, right? It's like a big thing.
It's kind of like this.
Oh, I was picturing. Oh, well, I guess for me that means that. Okay, yeah. Then
it's kind of like a basketball size.
Yeah. So I guess I'm trying to like reduce it down to like solid pebble, like awesome river rock.
Ooh, cool. I'm imagining like a guitar pick type.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So you see it making its way smaller and smaller till it gets around to about that size. And now I'm going to cast the Wild Magic Surge.
I knew it.
So thank you for the bits in order for us to do this.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see roll a D100. What do we get? We got 96 on the table. 96. You and all creatures within 30 feet gain vulnerability to piercing damage for the next minute.
Oh.
Let's hope there's no trouble in the next minute. May I have another perception check?
The Wild Magic Surge made my headphones die. What happened?
We are all vulnerable to piercing damage for the next minute, as well as every other person within 30 feet of here, including the children. We have made a mistake. Maybe.
All I got was within 30 feet of here. What did we do to the kids?
We're vulnerable to piercing damage. All of us.
They have so many pencils.
I know. And crayons. And
we gotta go. We
We have to get out of here. It's too dangerous for us now. Run.
I'll like scoop that thing in a tiny little bundle and like, let's go.
So now you have that. May I just have another quick perception? I just want to see if you can kind of clock some things that are happening around you. You feel the vulnerability. It's almost like you feel a little squishier after this thing sort of clicks and sends out a shock to sort of,
I rolled a 10.
Okay, 10, cool.
Not much better. 11.
Okay, 11, cool.
Another nat 1.
Okay.
I don't understand. I don't get this. No. Oh my gosh.
What?
I'm gonna get stabbed to death.
You have to save us.
Perception.
Put your armor back on right now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Thank you for laughing for me, London. That's a 7.
Cool. There is a little bit of commotion with the children, but you don't really pick out anything they're like saying or like what it's about. It's like just background playground chatter. Everything seems to be fine. This is the time. You got this thing smaller, you have it. Now is the time to go wherever you would like to go to get out of here.
Well, we need to go because I can feel it. It's about to burst back. We have a minute. Let's go.
Oh my god, my gosh. Okay, let's go. We hustle out into the back alleys, right? So like,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, towards somewhere.
I have
Probably-
a crazy idea. We just sent them south. What if we go back north?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. No. So it's,
Let's go. I'm gonna start hopping and leading folks back. If a minute passes and I feel like it's going, I'm gonna have to shrink it again.
Okay, yeah. No, a minute hasn't passed yet, but you're still
Okay.
heading north. It's getting very close.
just
Y'all are
hustling.
hustling.
I wish we
Okay.
had taken a rest.
You were at the tavern, yeah. Oh yeah, you head north. It's still small for now. What would you like to do?
Find somewhere to hide out that feels suitable for experimentation.
Yes.
Sigmus, what do you need to try and turn this thing into a homunculus?
Well, I have my tools here, and so I just need a quiet space to really just start tinkering away.
I know a big cave.
You know, that might be the best place to go.
Was the tree?
Well, it would be quite safe.
Nobody.
We've
would...
already made it in once.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. That was
Rob?
really far, though, wasn't it? It was like the cave was like
Wasn't
hours
far.
away. No.
Maybe the tavern already has. Let's see. Oh, the woman whose door we knocked on, or not the person, whoever it was whose door we first knocked on. You know, maybe they were already checked. Maybe we could just ask them if we could go inside their place and use their.
I love imposing myself on strangers. Let's go.
Yes. Me too.
Is this the cookie person?
Yes, it's the cookie person.
You had cookies without me? Well, now we have to go. I will follow Sigmus to the cookie person's house.
I mean,
All right.
I didn't have the cookies. Who had the cookies? I think Aki had the cookies.
Rama had
Rama?
gave the carrot cake cookie to a person
Right.
when we got into town. Yeah.
Rama, lead us there.
Rama,
can
I
we-
think there's probably another better place we could go.
Can we push our way into your friend's house and take cookies and also do experimentations on an ancient artifact inside their home? How well do you know this
their
person?
name?
Perfect! What a great opportunity to get to know someone better.
The crystal sort of like blows up and gets bigger. Back to
Not you,
basketball
not
size.
right now. And I cast off. I'll spend another spell slot to keep it down.
It goes back down.
No other wild magic surges, right?
No other wild
Okay,
magic
okay,
surges,
okay,
unless
okay.
you want to
Oh,
spin
my
some
goodness.
bits, everybody.
So Rama, if you lead us, otherwise I'm sure Aki will convince us to go somewhere legitimately safe.
Jeez. So okay, I'll do it. And then Rama opens up the bag to see how many cookies are there. I think I'm gonna need more.
I'll roll a d4 to see how many cookies. You have one cookie left.
Oh, I have one cookie left. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll go back. So,
You have some other things, but one carrot cake cookie left specifically.
okay, fantastic. I'll use that last carrot cake cookie.
Here, and if you give me the cookie, I'll whisper a message into it.
What does that do?
It'll be kind of a hypnotic message of sort that will say, "Let us in.
See,
We are nice."
I think my cookies are manipulative enough, but I don't want to cut corners. So that sounds like a good idea, but it also sounds like a really terrible thing to do to somebody. But also, like, we're in a desperate situation and we're not going to cause them any harm. So I don't see why not. And then Rama, with complete just like defeat, just hands the cookie, not looking directly at you, to Sigmas, and it's just like, okay.
I'm gonna put a 6-second long message on here, and I'm gonna say, "Dear Eater, we are so grateful for you. Thank you. Let us in. We will not harm you."
6. Okay.
Dear Eater.
Use your magical tinkering on this cookie.
Yes, magical tinkering.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
Oh, hello. Oh, you're back. Hi.
We've come with a request and a gift.
Yes.
Okay.
Drama.
Here you go. I wanted to give you another cookie, but this one's special and it has secrets.
Oh, delicious secrets, I guess.
Yes.
He takes the cookie, brings it to his mouth, and then the message plays. What was that?
A message of goodwill to you.
But now I dropped it on the floor. Now I can't eat it.
5-second rule.
Make more in your house.
I'll grab it and I'll dust it off and I'll leave like a bunch of frog slime on it as I brush it off, and I give it back. And as I'm handing it back, I'm also like walking past, saying like, "Wow, what a great place you have here. This is a wonderful home. Do you mind if we make you some more cookies and also run a couple of experiments?"
You all seem pretty desperate, so welcome to my home. I'm Cornelis. Welcome.
Cornelis, hello.
Nice to meet you, Cornelis.
Please, experiment away, he says as he throws his hands in the air, beckoning you into his home, where there will be some tests ran on the very next episode of Crystal Quest.
What is happening?
Don't do any of these things, friends. Don't do any of these things at home.
Not advised.
I'm trying to decide what's the word. Is it like lying to cult leaders, potentially getting them mad at you? Is it getting drunk and deciding to adopt a child? Like what of our shenanigans today should you least try at home?
Or the talking cookies. Please, if anybody wants to make some cookies for me, I'll take them. You know, they can talk or not talk, but I do like cookies. Yeah, that was it. That was it. We'll catch you again next week. We are live Mondays. I believe next week, right? Yeah. Yes, of course. Next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm London Carlisle. You can find me on Twitter at London Carlisle. Yeah, I tweet things about tabletop things. I also act. And I love running this game, and I love these people here. Next up, Tay, where can they find you?
Well, I run with Tabletail Games. My social media is nothing to get excited about, but if you follow Tabletail Games on Instagram or Twitter or anywhere you follow things, you'll find more about what we do, what we run, and a bunch of silly memes that my partner Zach makes. So check it out. Addie.
You can find me at Addie Gia on pretty much everything except for Instagram, where I am the Addie Gia. And I have a TikTok. You should check it out. And if you want to play with me, I run on Saturdays and Sundays at Tabletail.
Hello,
Vic.
I'm Vic. I am way too online on all social media platforms. If you want black metal memes, Instagram. If you want to see me cry in public, Twitter every day. But I also make games, and I sell the games and all that sort of good jazz at Major Tomorrow. Sean.
Hey, okay. You can find me on Instagram at Sean M. Dale, or also at The Radio Plays on Instagram, where we, do mostly posting about our podcast and our our audio dramas. Twitter, Act a Fool, and my website, SeanMDale.com for more information and for acting gigs.
Haha. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. We shall catch you again. And thank you to Gilding Live for hosting us here. All right. Have a good night.
Thank you.